planning on moving to Navarre? Before you do, watch this video. Today we're going to find the pros and the cons, plus the hard truth if the beach town is actually a good place to live in. So stick around because these pros and cons are not what you expect. Are you ready? Let's go. All right, so number one con people complain about is just the limited options. What do I mean by that? No major malls or large shopping centers. Now, there are some places for you guys to go around here, but as far as those big box shops that you're going to be going to, clothing, things like that, you're just not going to find those here. You do have some good restaurants throughout here, but there's not a whole lot, and some of them are kind of hidden inside mini malls and places like that, which of course we'll go into a little bit further. But there's just not as many, especially if you look into places like Pensacola and Destin, even Fort Walton Beach in comparison, that's not going to be here. Your local options are a bit limited as far as where we can go for groceries. So you do have an Aldi's here, which is cool, that just came in. But Publix and Winn-Dixie surprising because they got bought out by Publix, but it's still here. In reality, you're gonna be traveling. You're gonna be driving probably 25 to 40 minutes. If it's better shopping, dining, or entertainment, that's just where you're gonna go. The good news is though, that this area is halfway between the two major areas without all the traffic. So yes, there is a pro to this con. I'm sorry, I threw it in here on you, but you're really halfway between the Destin and the Pensacola area. You don't have the prices of both of those. You don't have to worry about the traffic or anything like that. So it's actually really works out for you. Con number two, growth is catching up. Navarre is growing fast, but the infrastructure is still catching up. We are starting to see a lot more restaurants. Heck, we finally got a Starbucks out here, which is great, although the local coffee is pretty good. Definitely check out my videos for those. Yes, they got some out here. Buffalo Wild Wings came in as well. Some other kind of chain foods, but they've also put in a brewery like St. Michael's that was in here, and some other really cool shops for you guys to go check out. But still, it's mostly just that residential town with a really nice, cool, relaxing beach. In addition to all of that, the growing local population still continues to grow without that infrastructure in there. Not that it's really big as far as the traffic, but trying to get over here to the beach from the mainland is a bit trying sometimes because you'll see traffic back up trying to get here, especially on the weekends or during peak hours, peak season. So if you really want the nice, quiet commute, you can always just get outside those peak times and you'll be able to get there. But just during peak hours, use Waze, use Google Traffic, whatever it is, to help you guys out. You're gonna be driving a lot, so you'll need to have your own vehicle to get around. And like we said, most things that you're gonna be driving around to, it's gonna be 20, 30 minutes depending upon traffic. Commutes to work or Pensacola, Destin, or maybe you're military or associated with that, you're still gonna have that drive down to Hurlburt Field or Eglin, or heading out to NAS out in Pensacola. Although both of those can be a trek, and the peak hours around, especially Hurlburt Field, can definitely make a big difference for that traffic off of 98. So definitely keep that in mind. They can be long commutes, especially if we do get some sort of traffic accident on 98. There's not a lot of different ways to get around. So you're backed up. And we've seen that people get backed up for hours that normally takes them 20 minutes to get home or 30. So just be careful with that. But the reality is that living out here is going to give you that peace. It's going to give you that convenience and especially affordability this close to the beach. But again, you still may have those issues as far as having to drive everywhere. The very last thing that I wanted to cover as far as cons for this area is the insurance and weather risk. The coastal areas, anywhere around here, especially here on Navarre Beach, you're going to be in a flood zone. But if you get to the mainland, most places aren't going to be in a flood zone. With that being said, the places here, you can see insurances come anywhere between $2,500 upwards of $6,000 annually for your type of home. Now that really will depend. Are you in a condo? It would be much less. But you do have those HOA fees. Single family home, where is it? Is it here on the beach or not? Is it on stilts? So on and so forth. So there's a lot of things. And by the way, guys, if you are curious about a specific type of home and what those would look like, the insurance cost and overall, just give us a call or a text. I'm always happy to help out and give you the information to see if this is the next destination for you or anywhere here on the Emerald Coast. The flood zones, you'd be surprised. There's not a lot of stuff in Navarre that is actually in a flood zone. You'd think it all would be, but it's not. And hurricane season, well, it's just part of life. There's always going to be that risk. There's always a risk of cloud cover and random rains because, well, we live in Florida. So there's always those things. But most of us Floridians, we just live with it. It's been totally fine. This area in itself has been really lucky traditionally and hasn't been hit with a whole lot of storms over several decades. So it's actually been pretty advantageous here. Now guys, I'll also tell you that we're gonna be coming up with some more pros coming on here. And I'm also going to go through for those people that are looking to live here. I did talk to another guy, another fan, probably just like yourself, that wants to know where to go mingle, where to go hang out with people. So we're gonna talk more about that too. So let's go and switch over to the pros. Let's get into the pros. First of all, it is less crowded. We're actually out here next to Juana's, and it is less crowded, for sure. Beaches are far less crowded than Destin or 30A, and you kind of get the place to yourself. Even during the busy season, it's still not quite as bad. Additionally, the beaches, just not gonna be as crowded. Now it does get a little bit crowded more towards the holidays, but you're still good to go. You may share it with some tourists here and there, but you're still fine. Advantageous part about this is you're able to find parking out here, even during the hot season, right? So even during, like, maybe not 4th of July, but you know, during the summer peak and things like that. So you're still gonna be able to have that option. Good luck trying to find that in Destin or, well, yeah, good luck. All right, number 2 on our pros list is the more affordable than other beachside towns. So some of these properties that we're going to see out here on Navarre Beach are way more cheap in comparison to going to, say, 30A or Destin or Miramar Beach. So it's actually by a pretty big margin, and the beach is right there. Like, I just saw some guys roll up in here and looked like they just had an awesome day at the beach and just decided to come on in, no shoes on, surprisingly enough. But you know, Emerald Coast, they're just built different, I'll tell you that. All right, so median home price that you're gonna be looking at for these beach homes, maybe not ones right on the water, but again, I'm giving you median price for all here in Navarre, is actually gonna be around $435,000. Now here on the beach, it's gonna be a little bit different, but all of Navarre, we're talking about $435,000. That's as low as about $125,000, but a high, and those are right out there, the big ones, 7.2 mil. Okay, so can you get something like this? What price is that gonna be around? Probably around that $800,000 mark is what you're gonna be looking for in these areas. Now, let's compare that. Compared to going out to Destin. Destin's about $950,000 for a single family home. That's not even with close proximity to the water. That's just being in the place, right? Really, you wanna talk 30A? You want big margins? Can you guess what the median price is for that? 1.8 million across the entire single family homes across from beginning of 30A to the very end. So that's from Rosemary all the way out to Gulf Dunes. So the properties are way better price per square foot. Matter of fact, if you want to check out this home, check out some of the videos that we do have for our home tours. They're actually here. If you guys wait until the very end, you get to check out this one inside and out. Definitely take a look at that. But the advantage here is there's a huge difference for the same square footage, probably a little bit nicer. And sometimes this is costing you $500,000 less to come out here to Navarre, the most relaxing beach here in the entire state of Florida. So let's move on to number 3. All right, number 3 is our strong military community. As a military vet, I can tell you that this is such a great community to be a part of. We're not too far from the clinic over at Eglin. You're not too far from the hospital, the VA hospital in Pensacola. There's a lot of retirees. There's a lot of veterans. There's a lot of active duty and people that are all around here. And you're gonna find that in this community all around. So if you've never been part of that, it's actually a really cool community to be a part of, especially as a veteran myself. But the good news is here, like we were just talking about housing, is very friendly VA housing as well. So most of the time, like if you're looking to use your VA loan in other markets, from my experience from going and being a realtor in other states, that they kind of frowned at the VA and it wasn't as popular, especially during COVID and that. So down here, it's pretty much the norm. It may even be the majority. I have to check the numbers for that, but yeah, it's actually pretty nice. So that's just one of those things that kind of help. And it also helps stabilize the single family home market as well. So because of the military coming in constantly and leaving, that really helps out as well. And it gives opportunity for rentals to pop up more often as well. PCS season, that's permanent change of station, for those of you that haven't been associated with the uniform. Yes, that happens once or twice a year, typically our spring market, and then a little bit here in the fall. Number 4 on our list here is the simple, laid back lifestyle. And it really is. If you're trying to find a residential area, it does have some nice, cool little perks. Like you can see, we've got the stage and everything back here. You know, there are concerts. We also have the volleyball nets back here. And of course, the indoor bar. There's actually sand inside there. So no shoes required. I've definitely fallen down and made a fool of myself in this area as well. That's another story. Maybe that'll be a short that I put in for you. It is definitely that quiet. You can find the little rowdy spots, but it's really quiet. It's less traffic, less stress. It's just more of a peaceful, which is why I'm over here, more of a peaceful feel to it, right? Even the waves seem peaceful. Good news is there's a lot of outdoor activities as well. You see the little mini catamaran thing behind me, paddle boarding, we've got wave runners, fishing, especially down here on the other side where we have the bridge. There's a ton of different spots down here that you're gonna see people fishing down there. Of course, boating, world-class boating out in this area in the entire park and of our Emerald Coast. And if you get bored, you can head out to Crab Island. Check out our Destin video to talk about Crab Island. Whew, what an experience that is. But you do have new constructions. You've got dated communities, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean they're established. These are great for families. They're great for retirees. Like, you can find what you're looking for in this area. It is a bit eclectic, but that's part of it. That's just part of it. The advantage is that you're not planning your life around tourist traffic, and that's really what you get when you go to some of the bigger areas, specifically like Destin, even 30A in certain parts, especially like Seaside, those areas, Miramar Beach, and especially in Gulf Breeze around Pensacola Beach. My goodness, you don't have to plan around the traffic or the tourists. Yes, it doesn't make a big difference. And Highway 98 over here, of course, but as long as you plan around it, you should be good to go. Really, after that, if Navarre looks like it's gonna suit you, let's chat, right? Go ahead, give us a call. You know, shoot us a text, probably best way right there. Email, whatever you need to do. You can even leave a comment here below, and we'll see if Navarre is gonna be the best bet, or maybe somewhere else here on the Emerald Coast might be fitting your needs. Oh, and as promised, I wanted to talk about, as I'm sitting here in Juana's, some of the places to go to mingle, to meet new people. So if you are moving here and you're trying to make new friends and you like to go out and have a good time, enjoy some delicious libations, what are some places to go here in Navarre? Now, I will tell you, Juana's is one of these spots, as well as going out to Windjammers, which is right there off the pier. Definitely more of a daytime thing, although they do have karaoke and things like that at night. So definitely check out their schedule online. Some other places that you can go that are super cool. I love St. Michael's. It is a brewery. It's got a beer garden in the back. It's actually good for the kids to run around. They got little games and everything else that you would expect for a brewery. It's super cool. The Gray Tap Room is also a really cool place to go check out as well. That's more in the Holly by the Sea area. And if you want a local, more of a biker vibe bar, you can go to Stripes. It's very good for military community. Like it's a hot spot for them to go. So those are the mainstays that you'll find most of the time. Other than that, if you're not going to be coming out here, you're not just going to a restaurant to have dinner and a drink, to meet people, the best place is going to be going out to Pensacola. You know, go down to Palafox Street. There's tons and tons of stuff to do. I might have to do a video just on that. And that's going to be, of course, a drive or an Uber away for you to, to go out. There's your little answer there for where to go out, where to mingle, where to go find people and see where it's at. But of course, you really want to come out to these beaches. Navarre Beach, go out to Fort Walton Beach on Okaloosa Island, check out that area. You know, go to the beaches in Destin, Crystal Beach, right there by the Destin Crab Trap, Noriega Point that's out there. Grab a boat, get a ferry, go out to Crab Island. Guarantee you have a good time out there. Goodness. And just go out where those people are during the day. There's just so much going on. This greatest part about living out here is that you get a good mix of really happy locals as well as people on vacation. And who's angry on vacation? So anyway, that's what I got for you. Promise delivered. All right, so let's kind of talk about the hard truth here in Navarre. Who is Navarre best for? So from all the people that we've helped move here and all the friends that we have living out here, what we've learned was it was mostly families waiting for that affordability that's near the beach, close to things, and want to be in that nice kind of laid back community. Military buyers, why? Because the base is right down the street. I will tell you that if you aren't going to Hurlburt Field and you're going to Eglin, I would double check that ride, what that commute's gonna look like. Talk to some other people in your shop and just make that determination, or better yet, give me a call. I will talk to you, talk some sense into you. But if you want to and you don't mind being in the car that long, more power to you. This area looks for stability, access to the base. I mean, it's got everything here for you. And it's easy to rent out for other military buyers down the road. Retirees looking for the quiet coastal living, this is still the place for it. This is still it. Just love that. And we've helped a lot of people move here. And remote workers, of course, because you can live anywhere. Why not be having a piece of paradise right here? So without the local expert, if you guys are going to move here, you might miss some of the right red flags, might overpay and end up with something you may not be happy with. We don't want that. So I'm a local, I'm a veteran myself. So I've had over a decade of experience here at real estate here in this area. Absolutely love it. Myself, my family, we've relocated here thanks to the US military. That's why we're here and that's why we're staying. So super happy to help you guys get that same sort of satisfaction while you're here. So if you are interested, let's talk, give us a call, text, whatever you need to, and we'd be happy to see if Navarre or anywhere here on the Emerald Coast would be perfect for you and the people that you care about. But don't go anywhere yet. We have more and more of these videos coming up. Please stick around. They'll be popping up here, more pros and cons, cost of living. And if you want to check out some of these awesome condos and homes and everything out here, you're gonna see that here soon. So don't go anywhere, check it out. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe to this channel. We got videos every week. Take care.